I would recommend TCBC to other teachers because they're like a safety security blanket. What you see is what you get. They work so hard on organising the tours for our young people, and they're there when you need them. And they've never let us down in the years that we've used them, and that's why we continue to use them for all our tours that we do with history. 100% would recommend TCBC. I think planning a trip is sometimes something that people feel sort of overfaced by, and it is a massive undertaking. You know, think about taking 40, 50 children outside of the country for 3 days. I think it's quite a daunting prospect, especially if you haven't done it before. But I think one of the things that TCBC does is they take that kind of the bulk of the organisation away from you. No matter what I've asked for and gone backwards and forwards with different changes, or can we do that on this day, or can you add that in? I think it's totally flexible, which is really great. And I've never ever asked for anything and someone said no. So that's pretty good as well, yeah.
I know that they know what they're talking about, and that to me is better than, I don't mind paying a bit extra if I know that we're going to have an experience where the tour company knows what they're doing.
I would definitely recommend TCBC. I think knowing that you can call someone, knowing that you can reach out to someone and they're listening to you as an individual rather than trying to fulfill a form is really important.
I've been with a lot of other companies over the years, and I would recommend TCBC. I don't actually now look at another travel company because basically I've got a travel company I'm very happy with. I know I'm going to get a really great service. I know the itinerary is going to be really good. I know the accommodation is going to be really, really good. I know the tour guides are going to be absolutely superb.
I would definitely recommend TCBC for its reliability, for its flexibility and how personal the trips are. There's nothing you can't ask them, or I have colleagues that have asked them to go to new places or new things, and it's always possible.
I would certainly recommend TCBC, and again, as probably other colleagues who recommended it to me in the first place, was the sense that you'll be looked after, that you get a slightly more special, bespoke experience than perhaps you would with some of the larger companies where you feel it's a bit more impersonal.
I would 100% recommend TCBC Tours because it's the tailor-made, it's the personal input and the constant improvements to your programmes and the desire from everyone in your team to constantly make things better.
I think it's the service, the good value for money, and to be honest, I haven't really looked at another company since 2010, so I couldn't really say now why. I just know that it's been a really great experience each time, so I never look anywhere else.
I would recommend you 100%, and actually now we wouldn't travel with anyone else because you're reliable, safe and fun.
I always recommend TCBC. You cannot get a travel company that gives you the same level of care and attention to detail and the trust you get from it, then you just can't beat that. It feels like a family organisation, and we live by family, and family, you know, even schools and classes can feel like families and teams, doesn't it? That's how we work as humans, and TCBC comes across like that, and that's important.
I would definitely recommend TCBC to other teachers. There's lots of companies out there. I think what makes TCBC stand out is that they get to know you, they get to know your needs, they get to understand your school, and they're able to tailor a bespoke package that really suits the requirements that you're looking for. You get to know them as kind of colleagues almost, and I think that really helps with the booking process and your confidence and your trust in their ability to deliver what you're looking for and to be there if inevitably any issues arise.
You take away all hassle of planning and booking. You're very well organised at working out itineraries and timing and all the problems that as a teacher you don't often think about on a trip. Yeah, I would definitely recommend TCBC to any other colleague who's thinking about a school trip.
I would recommend TCBC wholeheartedly. I think the big thing is the quality. You will get the experience of right from the moment of booking to the support 24 hours a day when you are out there.
I think that the honesty, integrity and then trust that we have and the way that you go about your business is first grade, unquestionable. I would say if you're hesitating or on the fence, just go with TCBC. They will do it perfectly.
I would absolutely recommend TCBC to any school that is thinking of setting up a trip.
Without hesitation, recommend TCBC to other teachers. I just feel really grateful that I had the recommendation just as I was ready to, run lots of trips. I recommend it to colleagues outside of the school as well. They're very trustworthy, they're fun to work with. Yeah, absolutely.
I would recommend TCBC to anyone. I have done to many, many schools.
If anyone asks, I'm known in my school as somebody who knows a bit about trips, and the first thing I say to anyone who comes to me is like, the company you want to deal with is TCBC.